Carolina linebacker Montez Overton is our Defensive Player of the Week. He set an American Athletic Conference record and tied a school record. He had 4 sacks in that win against SMU, finished with 6 tackles, 5 tackles for loss and a pass breakup, as ECU held SMU scoreless for the last 40 minutes and 8 seconds of the game. He's the first East Carolina player with 4 sacks in a game since Rod Coleman did so against Wake Forest in 1997, spanning 225 games. Try to get Coach Phillip Montgomery from Tulsa on a couple minutes early. The Golden Hurricane takes on Louisiana Monroe this Saturday. Also lost to Houston 38-24 Saturday. Running back Zach Langer rushed for 3 touchdowns, 62 yards, 19 carries against Houston. Golden Hurricane had scored in every quarter this season until they were shut out against Houston in the second period. Golden Hurricane finished with 456 yards of total offense against Houston. That's their season low for this season. That still is more than Tulsa had in 9 of its 12 games last year. Quarterback Dane Evans threw for 326 yards against the Cougars. That was his 4th 300-yard game of the season. In the national rankings, Tulsa is 6th nationally in passing, 374.5 yards per game, and 7th nationally in total offense, 569.3. Individually, we mentioned Dane Evans, the Tulsa quarterback. He is 3rd nationally in passing yards, 374.5. Harris Garrett, the standout wide receiver for Tulsa, 4th nationally in receiving yards, 134.8, and 9th in receptions at 8.3 per game. I have Coach Montgomery on the line here shortly. We also expect during this call to receive time and TV announcements for games of Saturday, October 17th. Those games being UCF at Temple, USF at UConn, Tulsa at East Carolina, and Ole Miss at Memphis. So again, we expect to hear that before the end of this call, and we'll update it once we have that for you. And we've been joined by Tulsa coach Phillip Montgomery. The Golden Hurricane is 2-2 overall, 0-1 in the American Athletic Conference. Tulsa was in action this past Saturday against Houston. Houston won the game 38-24. Up next for the Golden Hurricane will be this Saturday against Louisiana Monroe. That will be a 9 p.m. Eastern Time start on ESPN3. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call this morning. If you take a minute to tie up the game against Houston from last week and tell us what you expect to see as you face ULM on Saturday, please.
Okay, appreciate it. Guys, I thought played extremely hard. It was a well-fought game. I mean, it's a 7-point game there in the fourth quarter and just kind of let it slip away from us. Houston did a great job. Coach Herman's got them going in the right direction and a very talented group. played a complete game, both sides of the ball. For our guys, just got to go back to work and get ready for a tough game this week. We got Louisiana Monroe coming in, who's obviously their 3 losses are coming against Georgia, Alabama, and then Georgia Southern, who I believe won their conference last year. So talented group that's played a tough schedule. Be a good test for us here at home. Give us a chance to get back in the film room, correct some things, and go back to work.
Any questions for Coach Montgomery, please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. Then the operator will introduce you.
We'll first go to Dan Tortora with Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm good, Dan. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. To kind of, come off of that game, and, you said going in, obviously, Greg Ward Jr. was going to be an offensive weapon that can do multiple things. Coming out of it, obviously, the numbers show that. What can you say about going up against him and your thoughts on him after the game?
Well, he's the X factor to it all. He's a guy that can really hurt you with his feet. He keeps you honest with his arm. He threw the ball well. They made some plays in the passing game, but really the thing that he does is just makes you stay aware of him. If you forget about him here or there, big runs happen. And so tremendous athlete, great player, and like I said, he's the X factor to what they do.
And then as far as your team, looking at one of the offensive guys, and obviously somebody who had a good day despite the loss, in Zach Langer at running back, 62 yards on the ground, but did score 3 times. Just what you can say about your rushing attack, not just Zach himself, but the rushing attack as a whole, what you've seen and what you would like to see.
Well, I thought we played okay in the running game, honestly. We played better. I thought we kind of got away from some of the things that help us all the way through. Those are things that are just little things that if we correct, I think can make our running game even better. But our 3 guys that we worked this past week back there, I thought they all 3 did a good job, brought a little something different to the table, each and every one of them. And, up front, our guys up front are opening up small holes that those guys have been able to take advantage of. But we still got a long ways to go to get things corrected, but we're on the right track.
Just a quick follow-up to that. How do you kind of see your running game moving forward? You use multiple guys. Do you have 2 or 3? Is there one that's kind of shown out? How do you kind of look at the mix right now?
I think we've got 3 guys that can really tote it for us. In today's age of football, I think having just one guy back there is tough to do. So for us, having those 3 guys that we have confidence in, no matter what the situation is in the game, to be able to get them out of the backfield and do some different things with them, I think they bring a lot of different things to the table for us. And so we'll continue to use that type of rotation and feel confident about all 3 of them.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And do we have other questions for Coach Montgomery? Please *1 on your telephone if so. Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. Look forward to hearing from you again next Monday.
All right, thanks.